Hello everyone, my name is Alison Mendez. I'm currently studying English syntax in UTPL University and I'm happy to share my roleplay video for this assignment. The main topic of this task is main difficulties to teach or learn sentence structure in the EFL classroom. To make the task more meaningful and natural, I choose to develop a roleplay dialogue titled Challenges Teaching Sentence Structure in Aviation English. As I mentioned in previous homework, aviation is a personal interest of mine, so in this activity I include aviation vocabulary to help reflect how we can apply grammar and syntax knowledge to real life situations. In the conversation, you will notice I use colors to represent different types of grammatical construction. Here's a quick explanation of what each color means. So, greens for active voice, blue for passive voice, orange for middle, yellow for declarative, purple for interrogative, red for imperative, and finally brown for copula constructions. So, now I will role play the dialogue and I hope you enjoy it. First of all, the characters are Mr. Rivera, it's EFL instruction for aviation students, and Alison, it's a training teacher observing aviation English classes. So, we are going to start. Good morning, Alison. Today we'll discuss one of the toughest aspects of EFL instruction teaching sentence structure to aviation students. Good morning. Yes, I've noticed many trainees, especially future cabin crew and captains, struggle to form correct sentence, even when they know the vocabulary. Exactly. One of the main difficulties is recognizing sentence patterns. Many confuse the active and passive voice, especially under pressure. Can you give me an example that fits the aviation context? Absolutely. A common active sentence in class is the captain completed the pre-flight checklist efficiently. But many learners turn into a passive form like the pre-flight checklist was completed efficiently by the captain. And sometimes the mixed structure saying something like was complete the captain checklist, which is incorrect. Right, at the middle voice seems even harder to grasp, doesn't it? Yes, because there's no clear subject doing the action. For example, this cabin door closes automatically during emergency, or the aircraft flies smoothly in clear weather. The action happens, but there's no visible agent, which confuses the students who expect the subject-verb-object structure. Do students also struggle with basic declarative and interrogative sentence form? Very often. For example, a declarative sentence would be flight attendants demonstrate safety procedures before takeoff. Students often fail to form the interrogative correctly. Instead of, do flight attendants demonstrate safety procedures before takeoff? They might ask, demonstrate flight attendant safety, which is confusing and incorrect. How about imperative sentence? Since commands are essential in aviation, I imagine those are key. Absolutely, aviation relies on precise commands like fasten your seatbelt immediately or check life vest under your seat. But some learners add in unnecessary subjects, saying you must fasten your seatbelt now, even when clarity and brevity are preferred. And what about copula constructions? They're often dropped or replaced. For example, the aircraft is ready for departure, or the captain was responsible for the delay. But students may say, the aircraft ready, or the captain responsible, which lacks the essential verb to be. Okay, so would you say the root problem is that students focus too much on vocabulary and not enough on structure? Yes, and also because their native language structure often interferes. They translate word by word and forget English sentence patterns. What's your strategy to help them improve? I use repetition, real world examples, and sentence transformation. For example, I ask them to change. The copilot announced the turbulence into the turbulence is announced by the copilot. And then ask, does the copilot announce turbulence? Finally, I reinforce with commands like remain seated during turbulence. That's a solid method. I'll apply that in my practicum. Thank you. You're welcome, and remember, teach structure clearly, not just vocabulary. Only then will students gain confidence and accuracy in aviation communication. Okay, thank you for watching this roleplay. This activity helped me reinforce the importance of sentence structure in communication, especially in specific fields like aviation, where clarity is critical. Using sentence types such as active, passive, middle voice, declarative, and others allow us to better understand not just grammar, but also how to adapt language to context. I look forward to applying this skill both in my teaching practice and real life situation. Thank you so much. Bye bye.